Women who wear makeup do not want to self-improve, I'm telling you. So what is makeup for women? Makeup for women is a shield to the real self. It is like a way for the woman to fake that she actually looks a certain way, but in reality, when she goes home and takes a shower, washes all that stuff off, she doesn't look like that. But the person who's at home who looks regular, she doesn't actually want to show that person when she goes out to a date, when she goes out to an interview, when she goes out to the workplace. She actually wants to hide that person from the outside world. Makeup allows her to do that. What makeup does is it gives a woman a shield of perfection. She gets to doctor her image that she wants to display out in the real world, and no one is aware of what she actually looks like. Makeup gives a woman power and control because she gets the power of the validation, the attention seeking from other people, the approval of others, the admiration of others. She gets the control of really getting to control what she looks like day by day. Now, I don't necessarily fault women for this because I understand that as humans, we as humans have a behavior, a natural behavior of wanting to go the path of least resistance. For instance, you'll have a washing machine. Instead of washing your clothes by hand, you have a washing machine. Instead of washing your dishes by hand, you have a dishwasher. Instead of walking to work, you tend to drive. But you see, all those situations are morally neutral, meaning there are no moral implications for putting your clothes in the washing machine. You're merely saving time. However, this gets to go overboard when a person's morality is sacrificed for the person's labor-saving device, if you understand what I mean. So when a person is presented with the idea of makeup at a very, very young age, whether it be by a commercial or by their parents or by their peers, they ask themselves, why improve what I actually look like if I can just cover up what I actually look like and no one will notice? Everyone else is doing it. Why be honest with who I am when everyone around me, my peers at my school and my social groups, everybody is doing the same thing? If you see everyone cutting the line, you're going to cut the line. If you see everybody cutting off in the freeway and taking that path on the right, that emergency lane, you're going to start doing it. But what you're failing to understand is this is not honest. What a woman gets to do with makeup is she gets the immediate benefits of attention, validation, perfection, presentability without actually having to work for it. But what are the costs? Most women have to continue to wear makeup so it becomes a crutch. You start off with a little bit, then it becomes a lot, and then before you know it, you are hooked on this system of faking who you are and wearing a mask. You are getting to a situation where you become dependent on it. It becomes addicting. It becomes a money pit. It becomes something that you want to continually invest in, so that the worse of a night you have, the worse the breakout, the worse your skin feels, the more you have to invest in this method of faking who you are, shielding who you are, protecting the outside world from your real self. And this is where the beauty becomes distorted, because real beauty is out the womb. It is with hard work. It is natural. It is real. It is honest. It is true. But this generic, fake, popular beauty, this cultured beauty, it is fake. It is a veneer. It is a lie. It is a mask. It is a cover-up. It is hiding. That is not what beauty is. Beauty is not that. Confidence is not that. But think about everything I just mentioned, the distortion of beauty, the addiction to the product, the dependency on it, the amount of money you're spending. There are consequences to those consequences that project even further out to the future that we can't necessarily always pinpoint, but they are definitely an effect. Just because they are not direct, that doesn't mean they don't have a long-term or an indirect effect on your life. For example, you become addicted to the way this makeup makes you feel, so therefore you start to conflate beauty with the makeup. The makeup becomes who you are. Your identity becomes wrapped up and you begin to defend. You begin to invest. You begin to go further downward in a spiral of dependency. You depend on this product in order to feel good about yourself. A lot of women always use that argument. I just want to feel good about myself. So how do you go about feeling good? You lie to yourself. You lie to others. You put on a fake facade. You wear a mask. You cover up. You hide behind what you have created. What else is another consequence of a consequence? Your distorted understanding of beauty is coupled with what makeup is. You then tend to look more towards women who wear makeup. You look more towards the plastic, the photoshopped, the doctored, the edited, the filtered versions of beauty, and you want to try your hardest to get to that point. What happens in the return? You then invest more. You get what I'm saying. This is a further and further, you catch my drift here. This becomes a downward spiral of dependency, addiction, distortion, and all the consequences that follow it. But I ask you a question. I'll ask you a question. Women are talking about where are all the good men. Women are having problem with the opposite sex. Do you want an honest man? Be honest with yourself. Do you want a selfish man? Of course you don't. So stop being selfish yourself. Stop saying, oh, I do it for myself. I don't do it for anybody else but myself. But what you're doing is you are saying, what I want is more important than being honest. What I want is more important than being open and true to who I am. See, what you're saying is, even though I know it's lying, even though I know I'm hiding, even though I know I'm practicing insecurity, I don't care who it affects, even if it's me or if it's other people around me. I don't care who I lie to. I'm going to be selfish. Well, how can you be so upset if you get someone who's selfish who interacts with you? How can you be so upset? You can't. Do you want a man who's a scammer or someone who's fraudulent? Do you want people to deal with you in a fraudulent way? Do you want to be scammed? Do you want to feel like you've been taken advantage of? Do you want to feel like you're being used? Well, isn't it ironic? You use people to shield yourself from your actual real self by hiding yourself with makeup, but then you get upset when people use you. You get upset when people treat you in a fraudulent way, or when they take advantage of you. You are merely being done the same thing to that you do to other people. You are merely being affected by in the same way that you affect others. You have a fraudulent face that you put on. You scam people who you date. You take advantage of the people you get in relationships with. It's only right that you get exactly what's coming. What is the alternative? There has to be an alternative. And this is where the rubber meets the road. And this is where it really gets to what I'm talking about in the title. Work on your face to look better without lying. It is harder to do that. It is easier to lie and lather on a lie than it is to work on yourself. Work on your diet. It is easier to eat chicken tenders, to eat Taco Bell, to binge on the Breyers, to cheat with the Cheetos, and then the next day just cover up all of your flaws and all of the mistakes of your diet and go out into the outside world. It is a lot easier to do that than to self-reflect, than to look back and say, you know what, maybe I need to really be accountable to myself on this diet. Maybe I need to eat more responsibly. Work on your sleep schedule. I've noticed that women tend to take a toll on themselves when they're working hard, when they are overworking, when they are working themselves to the bone. Why not try and figure out a healthy balance to that? Oh, no. Instead, I can be as unhealthy of a balance when it comes to sleeping and sleeping schedules, and I can just fake who I am and hide all the consequences of the lack of sleep by putting on a fake mask. You're hiding. You are not being accountable. You're being irresponsible, but you get rewarded for it by showing the world who you actually aren't and hiding behind this mask. Alcohol really ruins your face. It gives you crow's feet. It gives you bags on your eyes. It gives you discoloration. It makes your skin less elastic. It makes you look slimy. Oh, but I can cover up all the bad mistakes of being a borderline alcoholic by just faking with more money on L'Oreal or Mophie or whatever type of makeup you're into. I can just wash away all of my bad alcohol decisions by faking what I actually look like. Path of least resistance. But the problem is you are sacrificing honor, integrity, goodwill, courtesy to others by lying. Work on your physique and try and work up a sweat more. Instead of me working out and building up a sweat to really washing and recycling the nutrients in my pores, developing good oils on my face, I can just instead lay on the couch, loaf around, be a lazy sloth, and not work towards that. Instead, I can just lather on the makeup to cover up the fact that I don't actually train, that I'm not in shape. And my face shows underneath all this, my face shows I'm not in shape. My face shows that I don't have enough nutrient balance from sweating that I should be doing, from working out, and the actual good respiratory process that happens on my skin. Instead of doing that, I can just lie and make my face look rejuvenated. I can invest in makeup that makes your face look like it's healthy, but in fact it's actually not. But in the reality, when you wash all that off, you look just as unhealthy, you look just as dried out, your face looks just as strained as a person who has very bad diet decisions, very bad sleeping habits, very bad workout routines, very bad substance abuse. See, I get to hide all of that. See, this is a very, very, very big problem. Work on being more resistant to the naysayers. This is how you develop actual confidence. The confidence in being who you truly are, not just inside, but outwards. See, women want to focus and feign and fake inside confidence where they cover up and they hide and they fake the outside. That is not actual confidence. Confidence, what I'm talking about, comes from the fact that not only are you working who you are on the inside, you are being comfortable with the outside. There's nothing wrong with working on the outside. However, you do it while being consistent with morality. Morality meaning you do not lie about how you look on your face. You do not fake who you are by covering up your body. You do not fake who you are by covering up your true self. You allow people to see you as you are and you accept it. See, the naysayers might say you're not that pretty. Oh, maybe you need to wear a little bit more makeup. Oh, you could just really modify this and that hair. No, no, no. You're okay with not faking the funk because you understand that you're not necessarily trying to chase validation from everyone, but more healthy validation from the person you're really going to be with and settle down with. It's common sense. All of this stuff that I mentioned in the latter end of the video, it takes work. But instead, women would rather spend massive amounts of money and making their face look pretty, but in reality, it gets more and more unhealthy as the days go by because she's constantly covering her face, never letting it breathe, clogging up her pores. It's pretty self-explanatory. So women do not want to self-improve because self-improvement actually takes work. And it's work that makeup has subsidized. So it basically gives you a cheat code on working. But the problem is it comes at a cost. You guys will see in the future when your skin has been strangled from oxygen for 5 to 10 years of your life, we'll see what it really looks like. I mean, I see it I used to see it at work all the time. Women who didn't wear makeup, ooh, they're very, very difficult to look at because you get to see the years that they've used makeup to strangle their face, all to cover up the hard work that they could have did. Sad, but yeah, I mean, I'll make some more videos on this because this is a very serious topic. Y'all take care.